Just over a year after everyone thought that the worst is over in the India-Canada ties, came this shocker from Canadian Prime Minister.
As the RCMP Commissioner stated earlier, they have clear and compelling evidence that agents of the Government of India have engaged in and continue to engage in activities that pose a significant threat to public safety.
Diplomatic tensions between the two countries have again ratcheted up, with India expelling 6 Canadian diplomats, including the acting High Commissioner, and withdrawing its own High Commissioner and several other envoys from Ottawa. Then came this statement, which could potentially impact business ties between India and Canada.
The NDP are calling for more severe action. You've expelled diplomats, but they're saying sanctions are warranted given the severity of the allegations leveled today. Is the federal government considering sanctions against India? And if it's not sanctions, what other steps are you considering taking?
So today was a really important step. When you look at what is available in our toolbox, expulsing diplomats is one of the highest and the toughest measure that a country can take under the Vienna Convention. For the rest, we'll continue to push India to make sure that they cooperate. We'll continue to engage with our Five Eyes partners. We'll continue to engage with also all our G7 partners, and everything is on the table.
Analysts, however, are of the view that the diplomatic flare-up is unlikely to cinch the trade ties. They feel that the private trade is unlikely to be affected in the long term, given the deep ties the two countries have shared with each other in trade. According to Invest India, Canada was the 17th largest investor in India between April 2000 and June 2024, with Canadian foreign direct investments at $3.9 billion during the period. Currently, there are more than 600 Canadian companies present in India. Trade between the two nations has risen gradually but steadily in the past 5 years, barring a COVID-era dip. Bilateral trade rose more than 23% between 2019 and 2024. A case in point is China. The diplomatic freeze after the Galwan clashes in May 2020 and the subsequent border standoff has still not thawed. But this has not stopped China from overtaking the United States as India's largest trade partner in 23-24. The increase in trade activity happened despite greater scrutiny by the Government of India on investments and imports from China. India is also among the more popular destinations for Canadian pension fund investments. Biggies like Canada Pension Plan Investment Board, Ontario Teachers Pension Plan, CPTQ, and the Ontario Municipal Employees Retirement System, which control hundreds of billions of dollars in pension money, have invested more than $50 billion in India. Other companies like Sun Life Financial, British Columbia Investment Management Corporation, Fairfax Financial Holdings, and Brookfield Asset Management are also invested deep into India. Big Indian companies like the Aditya Birla Group, Tata Consultancy Services, Infosys, and Wipro have a large presence in Canada and have created hundreds of thousands of jobs. Canada also is one of the biggest suppliers of lentil or dal to India. In 2023, it accounted for more than half of all dal imports. India also depends on Canada for potash, an essential ingredient in fertilizer production. Other big imports from Canada include the pharma products, timber and pulp, among others. Analysts believe that the Canadian government's actions against India are dictated by politics. Justin Trudeau's Liberal Party of Canada is on a sticky wicket, and the Canadian Prime Minister is seen pandering to as many interests as he possibly can before elections next year in September-October. Bureau Report, Business Today Television.